Hello friends, I'm Dr. Mrs. Medha Misar from the Department of Electronics, Baburauji Golub College, Pune. This presentation is of passive electronic components and it includes those components which are very commonly used and they are there in almost all electronic circuits. What is a passive component? These components are not sources of energy. They do not have power gain. These are some components which are going to be discussed, which are almost used in all the circuits: resistors, capacitors, inductors, transformers, switches and relays. Apart from this, there are various other passive components, there are active components, but this presentation is limited only to these few passive components. A resistor is a very commonly used passive component used in all the circuits. It opposes the flow of current flowing through it. This opposition to flow of current is measured in value given by resistance, and the property of the amount of resistance is indicated by Ohm's law. This is George Simon Ohm. He discovered Ohm's law and gave us the relationship between voltage, current and resistance. This indicates an example of a circuit in which there are resistors and give us an idea of how resistors look on circuit board. Resistors are used for establishing proper voltages in the circuit. They are used as current limiting resistors and they are also used as load resistors. There are fixed resistors in which the value of the resistance is fixed. They have color code, or there are some surface mount resistors as well. These resistors, the measured value can be slightly different from the indicated or mentioned value. How much is this variation is indicated by the tolerance of the resistance. The variable resistors commonly used types are potentiometers and rheostats. This is here this diagram shows a potentiometer and a trimmer or preset. A potentiometer is used to continuously vary the resistance in a circuit, whereas a preset is set only in the beginning of working of the circuit and later on that resistance value need not be changed. In circuit diagrams, resistors are represented by symbols. So these are the symbols for fixed resistors and variable resistors, and an example of resistance having value of 10 kilo ohm. The color code specifies the value of the resistance. There are color bands, 3 or 4 color bands on a resistor, and the colors are used to find out the value of the resistance. This diagram indicates how we can find out the value of the resistance from the color code. There are numerical digits, a code for the multiplier. These rings give us the value of the resistance in ohms. It also specifies the tolerance of the resistance, and we can find out how much the value of the resistance can change from the marked value. The physical size of the resistor gives us an indication of its power rating. The power rating tells us how much maximum current can flow through the resistor without damaging it. The other commonly used physical component is capacitor. It has two parallel plates separated by an insulating medium. It is basically used to store charge and it has unit of capacitance which is measured in farads. They are very small and they have capacitances as microfarad, nanofarad or picofarad. This is the scientist Michael Faraday who gave us the definition or the concept of capacitance. Capacitors are represented by symbols in the circuit diagram. They are fixed, electrolytic and variable capacitors. Capacitance is the ability of the capacitors to store charge on its plates, and this is the definition of capacitance. The fixed capacitors can be of mica, ceramic, or plastic film type. The variable, these are electrolytic capacitors. These electrolytic capacitors are also polarized, that they have a negative plate and they have to be connected only in the appropriate direction in any circuit diagram. These are variable capacitors in which the value of the capacitance can be changed. Inductor is another very commonly used component in electronic circuits. An inductor is made up of coil of conducting wire. Joseph Henry discovered the effect of this inductance and gave us the unit of inductance, which is measured in Henry. The symbols of inductance. The basic types of inductors are air core, iron core, and ferrite core. There are even variable iron core inductors. The inductance is the property of a inductor, and this is the definition of how inductance is defined. Now both are storing energy, but there is a basic difference. Inductor is a passive element which is designed to store energy in magnetic field, while capacitor stores energy in electric field. Transformer is a device for increasing or decreasing an AC voltage. The power distribution company supplies AC voltages to us, and these voltages can either be increased or they can be decreased using an electronic component known as a transformer. The output of a transformer is also AC. This is the structure of a transformer where there are two windings. The input winding is called as the primary coil and the output winding is called as the secondary coil. Both these windings are made on the opposite sides of an iron core. Depending on the material in the core, there can be air core or iron core inductors. The symbols can be different. Transformer works on the principle of mutual inductance. AC input voltage is applied to the primary coil, and due to the change in the magnetic field that is produced, AC voltage is induced in the output coil or the secondary coil. There are two types of transformers, step up and step down. This basically depends on the turns ratio of the transformer or the ratio of the turns in primary to the turns in secondary. These are how the transformers look like. In all circuits, we have different types of electronic switches. Switches are basically used to do on and off action. We like to switch a circuit on or we like to switch some circuit off. So it is used basically for on-off action. So generally this particular switch has pole and throw. These are two important terminologies in switches. A pole is a point where armature is connected and throw is the closed position of the switch. There are different basic types of switches. One is SPDT or single pole single throw. There is one pole and one throw. This is just an example of how this type of a switch is used for on-off action of a particular light. When the switch is open, then light is not on. When the switch is closed, the circuit is closed and hence the light becomes on. The other type of switch is single pole double throw. This has one pole and two throws. This is animation for a switch which is controlling two lights, light A and light B. With the switch in one of the position, one light is on, the other is off. Which light is on and which is off depends on the position of the throw. There is a third type of switch which is double pole single throw, which has double poles and only one throw. This is animation for use of a DPST type of a switch which is used to control one light. The fourth commonly used type of a switch is double pole double throw. And this is an animation giving an example of how DP-DT switch can be used. When the switch is in one position, we can have some motor which is rotating in the clockwise direction. And if the switch position is changed, the DC motor will start moving in the anti-clockwise direction. These are push button switches. Push to make type of a switch which is normally open, and when we press the switch it becomes closed. A normally closed switch is exactly opposite, and it is normally in the on position, and when we press it becomes released and it is push to break type of a switch. Relay is used in various circuits. It is a type of a switch which is electromechanical switch. It has normally open and normally closed contacts and a common terminal in between. This is how the symbol of a relay is presented, and normally closed set of contacts is in contact with the armature when the relay is not activated, and normally open contacts are not in contact with the armature when the relay is not activated. This diagram represents the working of a relay. So when current is applied to the coil, current flows through the coil, it produces a magnetic field and it pulls the switch towards it. The switch is closed and the light is on. When current does not flow, the switch is open and current and does not flow through the bulb, light is off. This is an example of how relay will work. So this has the simple electronic components which are always used have been presented over here. Hope you have understood this basic electronic components. Thank you very much.